On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mariota gives to Henry. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 3, check 3. Slam, slam, slam. 1. 3. 1. Echo.
Play action now. Mariota. Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Watch the screen. Where are they, team?
From the gun, Mariota. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play that time for the Titans. 42 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Check 61. Matchbox, right. Check 37. Check 37.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mariota hands to Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A 16-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll try to counter here. Cohen. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 33.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run for the first time with Justice Hill, working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they'll run it with Cohen, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
I got him. 40's Mike. 40's Mike. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They run. This is Cohen. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That second down play nets a -4. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Derrick Henry. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Here we go.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now the Purdue man. This is Akeem Hunt. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Steps away to his left. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
We got three, fellas. We got three. One. Alert 3.
A first down carry for Henry. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler in high school. He didn't lose very often.
Three-time heavyweight state champ in South Carolina. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Mariota. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he caught it up.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Cohen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Three down. One. Whip. Watch the whip.
On 1st down, it's Henry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Mariota. And it's incomplete to Smith. A gain there of 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll run on first down. Henry. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On third down, here's Hunt. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And this one is right through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On second down, it's Cohen. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
It's a free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Jackson, options out left. Stepping up, he'll try and run. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
This is Hill. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And a cutback right sideline. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, 61 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his 2nd TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs, because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
This is Henry. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the 2nd half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 3rd down, Mariota escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Tim Williams makes the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run with Henry. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Again, it's Henry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Shrink that ball. He's coming. Double up, double up.
Now it's Henry. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. After the penalty, it's Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Henry running right. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They run with Hunt. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They come out here in the I. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Check, check. Lucky.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit.
They'll give Henry another shot. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Griffin. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Griffin. And the pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Ravens.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
18 Gator.
Looking to throw on second down. McSorley hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Grady Jarrett picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now McSorley. Going to look deep for Wilson. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Well, the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Where are they, team?
On 1st down, it's Henry. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. From the 36, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Throwing, Mariota. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Ready. 70, Indy. Snap.
On 3rd down, it's McSorley. He's going to let it fly. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Webster. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.